Kia ora. Taking a look at the satellite picture, you can see once again there's plenty of clear sky across those western areas of the North Island and across many parts of the South Island as well. There is a little bit more cloud pushing on towards that eastern coast this morning, and also more active weather down in the south. And we have got some heavy rain warnings in place for Westland and for Fiordland, and some stronger winds as well expected around parts of Fiordland and Southland as we head through the rest of Wednesday. But for the rest of the country, there's plenty of dry weather in store. Still a few showers that spring up across the central plateau, up and towards the ranges of the eastern Bear Plenty. Some of those could be fairly sharp, but you can see they're fairly much centralised around the likes of, say, Tamaranui and Taihape. And so for many of us, it is a dry story on the North Island. Down south, we've got that next feature moving in from the south. And that will bring in some heavy rainfall in towards parts of Fiordland, especially as we head through the night time Wednesday into Thursday. And we'll also find the winds picking up across the parts of that southwestern side of New Zealand in towards parts of Fiordland and Southland as we head through the afternoon and in towards the early hours of Thursday. As we head through the night time, that front continues to move north. So it brings more cloud and wet weather on towards the western side of the South Island. But you can see generally there's plenty of dry weather across the country. Up on the North Island, still areas of cloud to watch out for, but for most of us through the night time, it stays pretty dry. While down the South Island, those cloudier conditions exist on the western coast, and that's where we find the rainfall as well. Like I said, we have got a severe weather warning out for that heavy rainfall for parts of Fiordland, north of about Doubtful Sound, and also those areas south of the glaciers in Westland. We could find as much as 150 to 200 millimetres of rainfall between about 9 p.m. on Wednesday through to about 9 p.m. on Thursday. And it's also worth saying we'll find some strengthening northwesterly winds through the likes of Fiordland, those western parts of Southland, and even down towards Stewart Island as we head through the afternoon on Wednesday and into the very early hours of Thursday morning. But for many of us, what we will find through the night time will be it stays pretty warm. Look at these minimum temperatures as we head into the early hours of Thursday morning. Lows up through parts of, say, Auckland, Tauranga, the Bay of Plenty, 18 or 19 degrees Celsius, and still some fairly high humidity values as well. So it will still feel very muggy as we head through the night time, keeping hold of those sticky conditions as we head through to the early parts of Thursday morning, even down towards places like Christchurch. 14 degrees Celsius your minimum temperatures, starting the day off on Thursday, already pretty warm. Now, as we head into Thursday, you can see we'll find this front moving north. It brings that wet weather in towards the western side of the South Island. Out towards the east, though, particularly areas north of Otago, things will stay dry. Northwesterly winds will increase through the likes of the Canterbury High Country, and they'll add an extra couple of degrees to our temperatures for parts of the Canterbury Plains. So we are going to find our temperatures on Thursday, particularly through that eastern side of the South Island, to be a very warm, even hot story. So do keep an eye on those. For the North Island, areas of cloud around first thing and a few isolated showers here and there, but you can see there's plenty of clear sky and bright weather as we head through the daytime on Thursday. We have got a few odd showers here and there, perhaps a few just skirting the eastern side of Northland as we head through the morning time, and a touch more cloud through, say, Waitomo, Taranaki, and that central high parts of Wanganui as well. Enough to bring an odd isolated shower, but by far and away, the story is one of dry weather once again as we head through Thursday, with plenty of clear sky back with us as well, that cloud breaking up quite nicely. Any showers are more likely to be up about the ranges more than anywhere else, and I think for many of us, you won't see those. You'll find it's generally a dry story with areas of cloud to watch out for. What we will find though, it's another fairly warm day. Those temperatures are climbing once again to 28 degrees Celsius through Hawke's Bay and Gisborne, a little bit warmer than you'll see on Wednesday. Up towards Auckland, 26 or so. And again, another very warm night through in towards the early hours of Friday as well. Temperatures at the lowest around about 15 degrees Celsius there in Taupo, 24 degrees Celsius drops down to 13 in Rotorua. For the South Island, we have got a bit of a split in the weather, more cloud and wet weather on that western coast. And we have got that heavy rain warning for those southern parts of Western through to about 9 p.m. on Thursday. But while some of that rain does make its way across into Southland and Otago, it's a much more patchy affair. We'll keep that cloud, but I think there is just a bit of a patchy rain through there. We might find one or two heavier showers in towards the likes of Otago, Dunedin, by the end of the day, but not much makes its way further north. What we'll find through most of, say, Marlborough and Canterbury and even up in towards the Nelson area will be a dry day, a fine day, plenty of sunshine and a hot day as well. Those temperatures really climbing around that eastern side of the South Island. Some of the highest temperatures we've seen so far this summer. Highs back to around about 31 degrees Celsius in the likes of Christchurch, and I think inland, a little bit further in, we'll find temperatures up to 32, 33 degrees Celsius quite widely. So it starts off warm, it gets hotter through the day, and I think we'll find it stays dry through Canterbury as well, even up in towards Blenheim. 30 degrees Celsius at the top temperature for you as well. And our overnight lows around about 15 or so in those eastern parts of the country. As we head in towards the next few days, one thing we will be keeping a very close eye on will be the fire risk. You've got a perfect couple of ingredients there. You've got some dry conditions already in places like the Mackenzie country. You've got some slightly strengthening winds through those high country areas as well. And you've got those high temperatures and some sunshine. So there are some extreme or even high risks across many parts of the South Island. So do keep a very close eye on your fire danger. You can find it on the Met Service website, but also check itsallright.nz before you do any of your outdoor activities. It is going to be some fairly dry, there are going to be some fairly dry conditions through there, at least for a time. As we head in towards Friday, you can see that front on the western coast has weakened away a fair bit. We'll keep more cloud down through western and still some wet weather there. But again, plenty of dry weather on that eastern side of the South Island. Up north, again, most spots I think will stay dry. There are going to be areas of cloud to watch out for and perhaps an odd isolated shower, but generally this area of high pressure exerts such an influence it will keep things mostly dry for us as we head through Friday as well. And the good news, I think, for those eastern areas, the temperatures on Friday still warm, but not to the same level as we'll see on Thursday. So a slightly cooler feeling day there. But I think for Thursday, that's going to be our highest, warmest day as we head through the rest of the week. So do keep a very close eye on the forecast. It is looking like a hot couple of days to come. But I think we have also got that wet weather on the western coast just to keep in the mix as well. That's it from me. There's more at metservice.com.